David Corson, Wednesday, October 1st, 2025. Another another late night for me. About quarter of 11. First day of October, first day of Q4, and hey, holiday's going to be here before you know it. Hey, I got a sweatshirt on tonight. I mean, it's a little nippy. It's getting a little chilly every night. Beautiful day today. I mean, no humidity, just a beautiful day in North Georgia, and can't complain. The weather could not be nicer. I mean, the South is so nice in the fall, just with all the heat and the humidity in the summer. And spring's awesome, fall's awesome, summer really hot, December, January, February a little cold. But all in all, today was like a 15. It was just unbelievably nice, and it really awesome day, very constructive. Just got a lot done. Once again, I think I was up at 5:30 this morning, getting things done, listening to some YouTubers and getting some editing done and working on my issue. Got a couple more ads in for my facility maintenance gig that's going to post early next week, and we're rocking and rolling. So just a tremendous day. Got a lot done on my desk and off my to-do list, and had one of my buds that installed our lights on our stairs and was putting in some dimmer switches for us. Uh, so we can our outside exterior lights are just a little too bright and we wanted to dim them and put some different colors in there, and so came over, had some steaks on the grill and putting in some dimmer switches, and it looks really nice. They were just too bright, and I was turning them off. I wasn't happy with them. He's like, "Oh man, I'll come over and help you with them." And anyway, it was really cool, and very knowledgeable. He was a fire security guy, cable. He's done all sorts of stuff. He built his house too. He lives up on the lake too. He built his house himself. I mean, literally, like cleared the land and just did everything himself. And he's still finishing up his build, and he started before us. So, but he did my stair lights, and he was like, "Oh, I'll come out there. You got to make me dinner. Tell your wife, put some steaks on the grill, and we'll rock and roll. We'll get those things done." But in any event, hey, hopefully you still got a positive thought, smile on your face, and all that good stuff. Is you got about an hour, I don't know, about a little over an hour, and then it's going to be Thursday, and then before you know it, it's going to be TGIF, and woohoo, the weekend once again. Uh, well, government shut down, and I can't feel it. Hasn't changed my life at all. Unbelievable. Uh, did you know that the 92% of the people that work at the EPA are non-essential? And I heard that figure today, and that was, we have such a bloated government. And like myself, I run my business. I'm an entrepreneur. I have to live and die by how much money's in the bank. And if you don't have money in the bank, you can't spend it. And debt is an awful thing. You can't run a business in the red. And the red means you're negative cash flow. And as if you ever work for yourself, every day I go in and look at my kitty. And these people up in Washington, D.C., I just do not get them. It's bloated. We don't need all those buildings. It's just like my municipality. Uh, Here, they could run the whole county with one building, a jail, and a court. That's all I need for a county. I don't need all that other stuff. And what's funny? My buddy, he's lived up on the lake forever, and he's a local. Actually, he's from Massachusetts, but he's been down here forever, so he's basically a local. But in any event, he told me that when he came here, they only had like one inspector for the whole county, and now it's just bloat, and it puts everything in perspective. And the people that are freaking out about the government and this and that, uh, you know, it's just a shame that it's just the situation that we're in. But did you feel any difference today? Probably not. And you're probably not going to miss anything tomorrow. And I hope that they cut a lot of just listen, like I said, I'm a business person. I run lean, lean. Lean is totally the way to go. And not that I don't want to hire people. There are plenty of jobs out there. You don't work for the government? Come into the private sector. We'll have you. Come on in. We have fun. But go for it. But I watched it last night. They shut it down, and I was watching the news. Midnight boom. The government shut down, and all today with everybody's freaking out. And I'm like, my life hasn't changed. My life didn't change last time. I think it was 2017. The government shut down. It didn't change for me then. Couldn't tell. And it. They'll figure it out. They'll get it done. I have faith, and but I got to worry about myself. I can't control what goes in these. I'm only one person. That's my opinion, but uh, it's just. But you know what? I had a freaking awesome day today. It just was. I mean, I felt good, and you know, uh, you just have to know when you have a really good day, it just makes you feel good. But I'm gonna be beat. I can't wait to jump in the bed and crash. And what's funny? I have four dogs, and I have this little dog, and he's like 12, 14 years old. They're all rescues, by the way. And anyway, he's almost deaf. He can't really hear. But when I get up, I have to get up really. When I get up early, I have to get up very quietly because he sleeps right there. Between my wife and I, and uh, sometimes I don't get up, quiet enough, and he'll wake up and he'll look and see me, and he gets right up and he comes up with me. Man, he's my buddy. I've got a little bit for him, and you know, uh, someone threw him in a manhole and beat the heck out of him. He was on his deathbed, and I never had a little dog before. All my life we always had big dogs. Anyway, my wife brought him home, and the first night we had him in the cage, about 3 o'clock in the morning, she's like, "Oh my God, I don't think he's alive." And I went over and I poked him. I've told this story probably, but anyway, I poked him and I'm like, "No, he's breathing. He's okay." So we brought him back to life, and then my wife said, "Oh, someone wants to adopt him. We got to take him down to the shelter and get some paperwork done." I'm like, I'm not giving this dog up. I'm keeping him. His name is Rascal, and he's like a terrier, Shih Tzu. Uh, oh, I don't know. He could be a Chihuahua in there, but yeah, he's just a scruffy little dog. But someone actually did that. Beat the heck out of him and threw him in a manhole. Who does that? But anyway, we brought him back to life. We brought him into our family. He's part of our, I mean, I've had him now for almost 12 years, and we thought he was about 3 years. He's probably like 15, but it's so funny in the morning. I had to get up really quiet. But so this morning he looked up. He's like, "You're not going to take me up there?" So I grab him, walk up, came up here, and he hangs out. And I got to go out and let him out in the morning. But he'll come up and hang it. But he doesn't like when I leave in the morning and I don't take him with me. And the other three dogs, they hang out. They're waiting for my wife to get up and do the breakfast thing, go outside. She waters the plants and this and that. And I come down with the other dog, and they all eat together. But when you have just really good days, you have good conversations, you have a couple of things that don't go your way, but that's okay. I'm okay with that, but it was a really, really good day, and uh, great dinner, good conversation, just all in all, a really good day. And hopefully tomorrow will be just as good or better, but like, you got to improve every day. You got to be better than you were yesterday. You got to be better than you were tomorrow than you were today. That's just the way it is. And even if it's just a little tiny bit of improvement, you're doing okay. So, uh, but hopefully you had a great day. Had a great dinner with family and friends. Watched some tube, laughed, and now whenever you go to bed, you're gonna get some REM sleep and go into Thursday. And like I said before, it's gonna be TGIF on Friday and woohoo, the weekend. Once again, relax, recharge, and I mean, the days are blown by. I can't believe it's already October, and it's gonna be Halloween before you know it. You better get your candy. My wife just put our Halloween pumpkins outside today and stuff. She was doing that. So, uh, but anyway, uh, here's what I'm thinking as far as my word is for October 1st, 2025. And that word is truthful. Yeah, or truth. Yeah. I just think it's a really, being honest, upfront, transparent, that's all that's what truthful is. But not only do you have to be truthful with yourself to be able to look yourself in the mirror and know that you gave it your all every day, or maybe you didn't have a great day and you can tell yourself, hey, you got to be honest and truthful with yourself. It's so, so important. Business, personal, athletics, life. sleep, whatever you're doing in a 24-hour period, you got to be truthful. All right. Honesty is the best thing, because if you're honest, you got nothing to worry about. You can just go, you can get your, stuff done. And in athletics, if you're not truthful with yourself, if you think that you're better than you really are, you're doing yourself a disservice. Why? Because your mind will tell you that you don't have to improve. And that's a really bad thing to have because when you have a bad habit and you keep on piling on it, it's so much tougher to improve to get rid of that bad characteristic or action that's built up in your mind. It's like a, concrete retaining wall on there that's, it's just, very, you got to do some serious demolition to get rid of it. And so truthful in athletics, I'll tell you how you can tell, how good a person is by stats. Stats are unbelievable. Like today, my web guy, every first day of the month, he sends me my stats. And I was just under 7 million people hit the website. It was like almost 600,000 unique users. I think it was 610, I forget, unique users. Those are people that come back to the site consuming content uh, on average 7, 8 times a month. Um, it's just been an amazing run, and it uh, it just maybe that's why I had a great day because he sent that to me early this morning, and I know he gets up at the crack of dawn too. So he sent me the stats, and shoot, it's 5:45 when I'm doing this stuff. I came, I got up here, and before I come up, I get my laptop, I turn the lights on, I turn some tunes on. Anyway, we're going back and forth early in the morning, and anyway, he sent me the stats, and I kind of know where they're all going to be. But because I'm looking at the stats, kind of in my own self, looking, what kind of content we've been posting, and what the magazine's going to look like. And but when he sends me what the actual numbers are, because I'm pretty close, I can kind of gauge where we are. But it's a crapshoot sometimes, But as long as we're moving, in that upward direction, it's a really really good feeling. And had a couple of really good conversations and. Uh, just all in all, one of the things that I do, in the morning, I like to catch up. Like, I do some editing. I want my quiet time. If I have to do some proposals, I can just sit there. I'm listening to tunes. But I do my LinkedIn. I always go in the morning and I go in at night. And I wish everybody happy birthdays, whoever birthday it was, if they had a job change. And I'll tell you, people really appreciate that. And and the the reason why I liked Truthful, someone actually messaged me this morning on LinkedIn, and they said, you're really a true professional, David Corson. That's what this person said to me, and it really hit home. So it kind of like made my day early in the morning, and when you can start your day off on a positive note really early, and someone else is up. I mean, listen, this guy was out on the West Coast, so he had to be up at about 3 o'clock in the morning. Maybe he was on a job site. I don't know. But I don't know where he was. He could have been on the East Coast as far as I know. But I just sent all these, happy birthday and, congratulations on your anniversary for your job or promotion or new gig, whatever. And came, right back. And and listen, I have a lot of connections on LinkedIn, and every day I don't have, some days are a little more than, but it takes me, I go in, I put a little note. If I know these people, I might put something else in there. I might go a little longer by message, but this person came right back and just said, "Hey, Dave Corson, man, thanks for the birthday wish. You're a true professional." And it was really, really good to hear. But in athletics, getting back to it, being truthful with yourself, don't think that you're not, what, listen. I'm a good lacrosse player. I'm a good ice hockey player. I'm a black belt. I can kick a football. I can hit a baseball. I played all that stuff, you know. I know but listen, I wasn't, I had to learn how to hit a ball. I had to learn how to swing a golf club. I had to learn how to, catch a lacrosse ball. I had to learn how to skate forwards, backwards, uh, you know, one-handed. You know, I'm just saying, some people that are out there, like on some of my sports teams over the years, they thought they were better than they weren't. And it can wear on you. Ego is a really cool thing. I used to have one. Uh, as I got older, I became more of an adult. I matured and, kind of got rid of that. I used to play with a chip on my shoulder. And I think that all was, with my dad dying in 1978 in a plane crash and coming to see me play hockey. So I kind of think I had a complex per se, that was my fault. But I grew out of that. And, but I was truthful with myself and that, listen, athletics are just a game. I don't care if you're playing rec league, the beer league, or you're playing in college or professional. Remember, or you're playing in the championship, the Super Bowl, the NBA, the Stanley Cup. It's still, remember, it's only a game. As long as you're having fun and you're getting what you want out of it, but you will get what you put into it. And that is, you know, you got to practice. You got to work. You got to make mistakes. Even if you're awesome, you got to keep doing it. Michael Jordan, hey, he never ever stopped improving. He was the greatest basketball player as far as I'm concerned, and in my lifetime. And the guy always practiced. Tiger Woods, he might have had a lousy round. He go out and hit another 4,000 balls because he was truthful to himself. I just had a lousy round. I got to get rid of this because I got to go play tomorrow. So being truthful to yourself in athletics, and if someone gives you constructive criticism, they're just being truthful with you. And the truth sometimes hurt, but it's only for your good, and you can't take it, negatively. You just have to swallow your pride. And but truthful. When people are truthful with you, take that criticism constructively. But when you really are, you know, truthful with yourself, I'm telling you, it'll take you to the precipice. You'll reach the summit in whatever you're doing, especially on the athletic field. Business too. You could be the CEO of a company or you could be an account executive. I think they're all important. It doesn't matter where you are, as long as you give it your all at your job and that you do your best and that you can look yourself in the eye every night and say, I've left it out all on the field and I did whatever I could for my company. Like myself, I'm an entrepreneur. I sink with the ship. I'm the last man on. And this isn't the Titanic, with other people going down with it, if it ever did. So I've got, I got to worry about payroll. I got to do this. I got to do that, and I'm the last person, that ever gets paid, because, everything is dependent on me. So I got a lot of pressure on me. I've got people that, are family with me and, but truthful in business, knowing how to read reports and where you're at, and, you can't fake business. You just can't. You got to be truthful. You got to be honest. You got to be sincere. You got to be, you just got to be, you have to be right. You got to be real. And that's what truthfulness is. And let me tell you, your customers know that. They know that, uh, uh, that you're in their corner. You're in their foxhole. You want to help them. It's a win-win. It's not just a win for you. It's a win-win. I always say win-win-win, because there might be an agency involved and so forth. So being truthful in business, whatever it might be, uh, yeah. Oh, don't lie to yourself. You're just hurting your efforts. And I've known people that listen. I run into these people every day because I know they're BSers, and and it's a shame because I know that they're really good people. Why they do that stuff? Like I said, when you have bad habits, very, very tough. And believe me, I can see through that stuff. I'm a pretty good judge of character and people because I've met a lot of people over the years, shook a lot of hands, flown a lot of miles, and I've been on a lot of teams, and uh, I've seen a lot of people grow. I've been a coach. I've got my alpha right here. This is my Alpharetta when I was the varsity offensive coordinator for Alpharetta High School. So, and I was truthful with all those guys when I became coach. I said, "Hey, I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to score goals. I'd have you guys run my plays. Okay? So as long as you buy into the vision and we practice and execute, we're going to win some games. But I'm not here. I have no skin in the game. I have no kids on this team. I'm just here to, I got hired because I had a good resume and that I can catch and throw just as, well as you as an old man. And, I'm here to just to make sure that you put goals in the net. That's what I'm getting paid to do. And I was truthful with those guys. And I told the parents that at our first family meet, when they met the coach and stuff, meet the coach, new coach or coaches. And I told him, that's what I told him. I got up on the, in front of the mic, in front of everybody. I said, hey, I've got no skin in the game. I'm here just to, put wins on the board. And, uh, and they appreciated it. When you're truthful with people, they appreciate it because they know that, you're being open with them. You're being transparent. You're being honest. And that's what truth is all about. Relationships. Oh my God. If you're not truthful, what good is it to be in a relationship? Yeah. Listen, the cover up will always get you. Look at Washington, D.C. Look at people that commit crimes. The cover up always gets you. So if you're not truthful, you're hurting yourself. And if you surround yourself with people that aren't truthful, it's going to rub off on you, and it's going to take you down the fork in the road. Which way do I want to go? You're going to take that wrong direction. And in relationships, you got to communicate. You got to be flexible, negotiable. You got to keep things simple. You got to be able to communicate with the least amount of words to get your point across so a third grader will understand it. And and once again, you got to give it your all and all that. And if you're truthful, you'll find out if you're actually the person that you think that you're going to have a relationship with. You're not compatible. Move on. There's so many fish in the sea. You're going to find your soulmate. And not every day is going to be peaches and cream. Truthful. Some days, truth. But eventually, you make up and you move on. I mean, that's what relationships are about. You take the good with the bad. We get married, for better or for worse, till death do us part. Okay. So relationships, very, very important to be truthful. And it's not just personal relationships, it's just people that you communicate with, you know, whether it's someone at the gas station or in a restaurant or your waiter or you're in the library studying and you don't know the person, you just have little conversations with people. Even if you talk to someone for 30 seconds, there's something in there that's there that you can take and they're going to take something from you. It's a two-way street. But if you're truthful, they're going to want to know, they're going to take that, whatever you say, and they're going to store it just like you do in your own mindset. So very, very important. And be true to your body. Your body busts its ass for you every day. And if you don't give it 6 to 8 hours that the doctors tell you that your body needs, and I know I get about 6 hours every night, 6 to 6.5 hours, and I just wake up. That's my clock. But the bottom line is you've got to give your body rest. If you do that, it'll perform for you for the rest of your life. All right. As long as you're breathing. All right. And, uh, and if there's anything else in a 24-hour day that you do besides business, personal athletics, life, sleep, eating, playing, whatever, be truthful with that too. Because the more truthful you are, the better off you're going to be. Okay. From the heart, take it to the bank, up here in the knowledge vault, use it whenever you need it. And if you work on being truthful every day, every week, every month, the next 3 months, 90 days, you will have those 90 days of data. Hey, download the Diary app on your phone, keep a running notepad or an email. Heck, you can dictate it. Just do it every day. And at the end of the year, you'll have 90 days of data on yourself. It'll blow you away. You can look back at all these days. Hey, you were really truthful there. There you weren't. There you were right on target. And I'm telling you, it'll change your life. All you have to do is try it. And when you cross that finish line 90 days from now, cha-ching to you. Congratulations. And then continue on and do a whole year in 2026. It'll blow you away. I'm coming up on 2 years on doing these like, hey, call them daily affirmations or whatever you did. This is just my way of, hey, if I can help someone out there to take a word a day and apply it to their life, whatever they're, wherever they want to improve, hey man, that's all. Listen, I'm just telling you the way I live my life. And you got to have truthfulness. Be true to yourself. It's got to be part of your verbiage. And you got to be master of truth. Just tell the truth. It's just easy because you know it's the truth. You know where I'm coming from? So, listen, everybody, I appreciate you all out there. Have a great rest of your hump day. It's Thursday tomorrow. Have an awesome Thursday. I'll see you tomorrow where I don't know. Probably in the studio, maybe outside. I don't know. My wife told me it's pro day at Florida Decor, and they give out food and prizes and whatever. And we go over there every month because we're contractors. And well, I'm a publisher, but she's a contractor, so we go over and have lunch. And they have some games. She's like, "Hey, it's pro day tomorrow. Do you want to go over there?" I'm like, "Yeah, what time?" Sure. They have good food too. They do a good job over there. But listen, uh, appreciate you. Be safe out there. Head on a swivel. Know your surroundings. And hey, you got to take action. Truthfulness. Make it happen.